We've talked a lot about this over the years. Not really what I'm about to show you, but something like kind of attached to and on the periphery of what I'm about to show you. But we're talking about the idea of like red flags and people being overly selective in pugging versus something that's actually a warning sign that you're not going to have a good run. And for me, the biggest one is an overly talkative group. Now, I've been saying this on a YouTube live stream and in videos since at least BFA, and I've always kind of gotten some pushback against that to some degree. One of the most resonant ones, the ones that made the most sense to me, was that people are saying like, it's an MMORPG. These people should be talking. You should be encouraging them to have fun. We even had a recent commenter on the channel say like he wants to see talk before the key starts, and if he doesn't see it, then he looks at it as a red flag. He would say hi to everybody, and if people didn't at least return that courtesy to him, then he would look at those people as somebody he's not going to enjoy playing with, so he would not want to pug with them and probably replace them. To me, the reason I look at it as a red flag is because if they're willing to talk about something before the key, especially stuff that's not related to the key, like let's be clear, if they're actually talking about strategy before the key, typically I'm fine with it. It depends. Yeah, if they're just talking a lot, it usually means that they're probably then going to talk a lot during the key. But usually when people are typing, it means they're not actually playing. We've seen this a ton where people are just straight up typing to their death. We actually saw it in last week's video where this guy is talking about raptors spawning and then he just dies while typing. There's obviously some people who are like insane typists and they're able to type like whole paragraphs without losing any actual focus, and they don't even lose time. But when your fingers are hitting buttons that aren't your actual spells, that means you're not doing anything during that time. The bigger thing for me though is like if they're willing to say anything, then it usually means they're willing to say something negative. Something that might be looked at as like a positive or neutral statement can actually be construed as a negative statement under the duress of pugging and Mythic Plus keys. So to me, that's a red flag. Whenever I see somebody typing, I immediately expect them to be some kind of problem in the key, and if the going gets tough, they're probably going to be the one to overreact. So I said all that. Now I'm going to show you this, which is like 10 times worse than everything we just talked about. Let's take a look. So we're about to start a fall 23, and we have some little bit of a chatter before the key starts. Looks like the paladin tank was potentially AFK for some kind of conversation that happened. He says, sorry, I'm back. So the rogue says, shroud and pull packs with boss. Pretty standard strategy, especially on some weeks. I really do like this idea. I don't know if that's what I would do on a sanguine week, but hey, anyway, that's what they're going to do. They agreed to it. Seems like nobody is not in agreement. So that's an example of something that, like they're strategizing before the key. Nothing really going wrong there. Maybe if I'm doing like this is a lower key, like maybe I'm thinking like, okay, we don't really need to be strategizing this. This guy's linking a route that's like somebody who did a 30 linked it, or he got it from a website or something like that. It's like, okay, maybe we're not really that worried about it, but whatever, like he's a tank, let's just go ahead and do it. But then yeah, now that guy says that. Okay. So I mean, now we got some red flags, right? I mean, like, I don't know. I'm talking about red flags. Does anybody disagree? If somebody says something like this, like just stupid, really just pointless. The guy who sent me this, look at the conversations going on now. Like the people, he goes, your mom. What? Okay, so that's an adult, right? You're definitely playing with an adult. It has to be, right? Who else would make such an enlightened comment as that fella? So they're talking about strategy right now. All of a sudden, this guy's saying like stupid, childish shit that's completely like, I mean, not even relevant in any possible way. It's not like he's joking about the key or something like that. That is obviously a guy who is not going to take this key serious. Go ahead and watch this. He's going to shroud. We're skipping all his trash. Don't forget, we're supposed to pull all this stuff. Oh, he doesn't know how fucking shroud works, so he uses blink and aggros the trash to try to skip. It gets worse. Then we go ahead and pull the trash. I mean, we aggroed a bunch of shit, but it's a 23 tyrannical. Like, who cares? Part of this is the pull anyway. He was supposed to originally pull it with the boss, but of course, this guy's playing a fucking mage who doesn't know how to survive as a mage somehow, so he just dies. Rogue just types like 8 question marks. I mean, that's probably the appropriate amount of question marks under those circumstances. And yeah, now we're gonna just go ahead and sit here and wonder, will this mage continue the key? What do you think? Would it be a video if he did? Of course not. There he goes. Thanks for watching. We will see you guys in the next video. So the guy says, probably should have guessed after he opened his mouth. And it's rare that you get to like see the thing that you're worried about happen in real time like that. Like I don't know when you have a clearer example. Now, I don't know whose key it is, but like as soon as I saw something something like that, I would immediately expect that guy to no longer be a viable candidate, regardless of what his score is, regardless of what's going on. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm oversensitive to this kind of thing. Let me know what you guys think, but it's clearly not somebody who's taking their time in the key serious if you type something like that. It's clearly not somebody who like cares. I mean, like, I don't know how you could say that and think like, okay, this guy's actually prepared for the key. Let's go, you know? But, you know, I get the counterpoints. People are just trying to have fun, mess around. I think it's just probably like the overtly childishness of it that kind of rubs me the wrong way. It's one thing if people are joking around about something, like you see random stuff get typed all the time, but like, again, that I just don't know why you would even say that out loud. What is the point of saying that? So just a quick one. I just want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Do you think this matters? Do you think this is a predictor for failure? I mean, obviously in this case, we have a pretty clear indication that, yeah, it was a predictor for failure. Blinking and messing up the shroud like that, that's just clear evidence that he was not taking the key serious or whatever. But the fact that he just leaves then afterwards, like, I'm actually a little bit confused why it goes down the way it does. So it looks to me like he uses invisibility on the, like, actually aggroing the pack part. I don't know what the cooldown of that spell is. I don't know what the reality of the guy getting back with that spell actually is. I assume he also could just use an invis pot, but I guess maybe as a mage, you probably don't have invis pots. Or, you know, they could just fucking pull the trash. You can just communicate, say, I'm sorry, and then they can just pull the trash. They already fought half of it. Now, the guy also bloodlust, which is actually the right choice in that situation. Like, that's thinking on your feet there. Like, okay, we're not going to lust on the boss anymore. Just kill the trash that we just now aggroed. But then he dies to it and then just takes the coward's way out and just leaves the dungeon. I mean, it's such an easy key, dude. Like, let's be serious here. Like, 23 fall, I'm pretty sure you could wipe to that trash, do it all anyway, and then still upgrade the key with multiple minutes left. So just totally unacceptable behavior. To me, clearly predicted by the conversation in the chat prior. If it was my key, I would have bailed the second any of that shit got said. But you guys let me know how you feel about all this. Let me know what you guys are thinking. If you guys are out there running pug keys, please hit that record button, man. There's so many hilarious, candid moments out there. Plenty of embarrassing ones just like this too. So stay tuned. We got some more good ones coming. We got some great submissions recently. Otherwise, thank you for watching. We will see you guys in the next video.